Beelzebub reveals that he was the prince of all demons, even the chief ones among the rank, all of whom he can summon before Solomon if it should please him. Driven by curiosity, and hopefully just that, Solomon asks if there was any female demons. Answering in the affirmative, Beelzebub even goes ahead to summon Orniskelis, a beautiful demon who had the legs of a mule.
Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. My name is Yutikazi if you are new, and without wasting any time, let's get to the video.
Even to this day, there are references to this fiendish figure, and this compels us to dive deeper into what and who this demon or deity might be. So in today's video, we'll take a look at who or what his entity is and the many iterations he might take. Let's learn the shocking truth about Beelzebub. A good place to begin with is back when King Nebuchadnezzar ruled over the Babylonian Empire. We head over to the south coast of Canaan, where the Philistines, people who were exiled there by Nebuchadnezzar, lived. This we find pagan gods like Baal, as this was a polytheistic society as opposed to the children of Abraham, who only worshipped the one true God and faced ridicule from their enemies such as the Philistines for their beliefs. Within Canaan, another demon similar to Baal was being worshipped in the southwestern province of Ekron. This was the infamous Beelzebub. We learn of this when we leaf through the scripture and find the story of Isaiah, who's left bedridden. Rather than praying to God, Isaiah attempts to consult with Beelzebub to learn if he'd ever recover from his disease. Enraged, God sends Elijah to Isaiah's people to tell them that he will die from his illness. Enraged by this message, Isaiah attempts to arrest Elijah, but God strikes down every attempt made. Defeated, Isaiah begs Elijah to meet him. Instead, Elijah informs him through his captains that if he doesn't cease his consultations with the pagan god, he will surely die in that bed he's ridden to. Unfortunately, Isaiah didn't know when to quit, and he did end up dying. Many accounts and analysis by religious scholars believe Beelzebub to be the Lord of the Flies, which is believed to be a Hebraic insult to the god and those who worship him, cheekily comparing the god to a pile of dung while his followers were the flies that congregate around it. However, we learned that many Christians even back then considered Beelzebub to be just another name for Lucifer. In an account from the book of Matthew, Jesus was healing the sick when a man who was believed to be possessed by demons was healed by Jesus. However, a Pharisee who witnessed this miracle was less than impressed by what he saw and accused Jesus of using the power of Beelzebub to chase demons out of people, a belittling insult used to discredit and diminish the miracle that Jesus had just performed in his presence. In response to this Pharisee's attempt to taint the works of God by associating him with Beelzebub, Jesus dismisses the Pharisee by revealing how little sense that made. Why would demons chase out demons? He implores him and the people to recognize the presence of God and his works before them, for those who do shall be blessed. A similar account is found in the book of Mark, where a group of Jews attribute this miracle to Jesus being possessed by the demon Beelzebub, pointing out that it was common back to the Israelites in the time of Christ that this figure was considered to be a foul demon that detested enough to be used as an insult. Beelzebub is also considered to be one of the 7 princes of hell. Several non-canonical texts, such as the Testament of Solomon, tells us how people interacted with this demon and managed to make him do what they wanted. In these texts, we learn that after King Solomon prayed to God so that he could save a young man from the demon Orneas, God granted him a signet ring through Archangel Michael, which was said to have the ability to control demons. Having successfully controlled the demon Orneas, Solomon approached the archangels for direction as he didn't know what to do with Orneas now that he could control him. As a result, Uriel compelled Orneas to go forth and summon his ruler, the prince of all demons, Beelzebub. After being granted the ring, Orneas actually succeeded in this mission by throwing the ring at his prince, which somehow decapitated him as he let out a mighty cry before bursting out of a great flame. Once he was in Solomon's presence, Beelzebub reveals that he was the prince of all demons, even the chief ones among the rank, all of whom he can summon before Solomon if it should please him. Driven by curiosity, and hopefully just that, Solomon asks if there was any female demons. Answering in the affirmative, Beelzebub even goes ahead to summon Orniskelis, a beautiful demon who had the legs of a mule. Over time, Solomon uses several more demons to build his temple while becoming more acquainted with Beelzebub, who he begins to develop some sort of respect for. Driven by curiosity, Solomon asks Beelzebub why he's so motivated to be the Prince of Darkness. In response, Beelzebub reveals that he's the only one of his kind left. Out of all the angels that fell, he was the first angel in the first heaven. But now he's the ruler in Tartarus. He also reveals that he has a son that haunts the waters of the Red Sea. However, he never reveals who his son is, only telling Solomon that if he truly wants to meet his son, all he's got to do is summon him for himself. Harrowingly, when Solomon asks him why he's being so forthcoming, the demon reveals that one of his missions is to destroy kings. In fact, he loves destroying all men as a whole, sending his agents to corrupt men and priests alike with war, sodomy, lust, greed, and all other things as he destroys the world. Fortunately for all, just mentioning God's name seems to be enough to destroy Beelzebub. Following this, Solomon orders Beelzebub to cut marble in order to continue the construction of his temple as an act that brought shame to the prince's subordinates. He's also forced to reveal several secrets of the heavens to Solomon, informing him about the mystic remedies that could put the temple of God in order if he should ever need to do so. As such, one can also see that apart from being a foul demon that possesses people, he may also be the prince of hell, who had dominion over all demons before falling into Solomon's grasp. However, when you take a step away from religious culture, you'd find that in demonology, perhaps for as long as we might be able to remember, many authors have considered representing gluttony or envy out of all the 7 deadly sins, depending on one school of thoughts, as the motive to plot endlessly for the end of mankind, and can be said to feed an insatiable hunger that aptly represents gluttony, while his ability to incite envy upon men shows how he may have been seen as the personification of such. However, there are others who know him as the powerful Prince of Heaven, who was a leader of the Seraphim, 6-winged angels who worshipped God endlessly before he became only second in rank to Lucifer as they were flung down from heaven. However, as you can see, whatever form this spirit might take, be it as the much-maligned deity of the ancient Philistines or the prince of demons, it must be said that Beelzebub might be much more than the Lord of Flies. No doubt he'll forever continue to seek out ways to corrupt mankind till the end of eternity. Well, that's all for today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified about our next videos. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of that.
Another interesting video from this guy's channel, and I like reacting to his content, and as always it's fun. So today's topic was about Beelzebub, king of the flies or lord of the flies, and I think a lot of you might have heard about him in some way or fashion, because he is quite big in religion in general, not just Christianity but also Judaism and I think Islam, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but what do you guys think? I've had numerous stories try to explain where he came from. Some say it's an old god from ancient Sumeria or Greece, and others say he's a fallen angel. There are a lot of theories here and there, but this content is fun to react to, whether or not it's real or just mythology, but most likely it's just myth. If you actually go out there and look for this stuff yourself, you'll not find Beelzebub mentioned that much in religious texts like the Bible or the Quran or the Torah. So yeah, it's most likely something people made up somewhere. For example, the word Lucifer isn't supposed to be in the Bible. It was retconned from Greek mythology, Lucifer meaning morning star or light bringer. That's something I just found out a few days ago, but I find it to be very interesting and I wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah, I'll leave down the link to this guy's channel. He has a lot of fun content. You can go check him out. And yeah, Another story this guy has mentioned is from the Testament of Solomon, which is non-canonical, meaning it's not accepted as part of the Bible. But yeah, you can go check out the stories from that book or scripture or whatever. But fair warning, it's a bit it's a lot. It has a lot of stories, and don't take them at face value. They are just something written really long time ago, where no one really knows who are the people who made up that story, or maybe it might be true. You never know. And that's why you get Solomon and his 72 demons. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and see you amazing people in the next video.
Kick.